Hey everyone, this is another video on SD-WAN. So last week we did discuss about how to advertise a quad zero to the different segments, which were our tenants. We had two tenants. We had VPN 10 and 20 and three different sites. Site 200, site 300, site 400. The route learning is through the OMP protocol. So it's making use of DTLS. And we had verify, and we can again verify that we had reachability between between site 200, 300, and 400. So what I'll do is I'm going to log on to. So two sites were using our V-edges. We've used V-edges for those, and then one site is using an iOS XE device. In this case, it was a Catalyst 8000 V, right? Virtual router. Okay. And obviously, I'm going to show you these logs real quick also. You can tell the vMAG just keep, authenticating into this device, right? Okay, perfect. So I think we have, I probably punched this one also wrong. Okay. So, let me see, am I in there? Oh, what's going on? So code 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. What is going on? Let me see. Unauthorized access is prohibited. Oh, okay. Let's go to the. So first of all, let me check visibility, reachability. Sorry. We're going to try to do a ping from VPN 10, which is. Let me go on a internal. So internal 1 sits behind that, and then core headquarters sits behind vEdge. So what we'll do, we're going to do a ping VRF VPN 10, and we're going to go to 10.10.01, which is user headquarters. 10.10.01, right? And we're going to source this ping from 172.101. 101. Okay, we have a successful ping, right? And then we can try one from the VoIP tenant. So we'll just change these values here. So the VoIP is 10.16.01 VoIP VPN 20. So it's going to be VPN 20 10.16.01, and then we're going to source it from 172.2.0.1. Okay. Okay, let's do it again. All right. So another thing that you could check is, so we have two outbound connection, IPsec connections to site 300 right here, and then site 400. Okay. So let's go back to the core edge. So what you could do is, let's do a ping. All right. Actually, we can jump on one of the. Let me move this up here. We can jump on this box right here. We're gonna do a console. These are little Linux boxes. To access them is Cisco. Let me readjust the. Okay, so we can. I think it's set host name. User VPN 10. Is that it? Yep. Nope, that's not it. So let's try host name. User VPN 10. Okay, it's a sudo actually. So we're gonna go in sudo mode, super user mode, and then 10. Okay, perfect. Alright, so this is the IP address, which falls in that 200.0/24. We're going to ping 10.10.01. That's user space. I can reach it, and we're going to ping. That was site 300. Sorry. Then I'm going to ping site 300 users. So we got full connectivity, right? Now, the reason why I couldn't get into the vEdge headquarters, let me check that. Because if you go on the configuration templates, this is another part I was going to show today. I've built, because it took too long, so I built 3 different device templates. Out of those 3, right, 2 of those device templates are CLI templates. Okay, now I'm going to show you real quick. And this is very easy. This feature is very easy. All you got to do is actually select the device from, you see load running configuration from reachable device. You load that configuration, and then you just make change to this configuration in the 4 feature, and you keep everything centralized onto the vManage. Once you do that, especially for example this a iOS XE device, if you go on the iOS XE device, I can make configuration, right, unless I remove it. So you go in configuration transaction, and then let's say I want to make modification to, oops, hold on 1 second, to let's say G1, right, gigabit Ethernet 1. Okay, you'll tell me that I can't. Hold on, up. Let's try G1 maybe. Incomplete path. Hold on. Interface gigabit Ethernet 1. Okay, let's change the description. Let's say this is connect to G03 MPLS. And look at this message you get. Oh. Am I? Hold on 1 second. It should not. That should not work. Hold on 1 second. Let's go back to device template. C5. Oh no. So the reason why it's not working is because let's see, attached device. Let me see. Okay, all the devices have been attached already. That's very strange. Normally I should not be able to make a change. Hold on 1 second. Oh no. Okay, let me go back. I think I've kind of successfully. When I commit this change, it won't take. He'll tell you that you cannot make a change from the CLI because you have a template already attached. So I'm gonna commit. There we go. This is what I want to show you. No modification to commit, right? Or let's change this to MP, right? Make a change. Maybe that could be why. There we go. I made a true change, and this is the message you get, right? It tells you aborted system is managed, vManaged. This device is being managed by the vManaged. Configuration through the CLI is not allowed. That's what I wanted to show you, right? The reason behind that is because I've extracted when I created a template, right? It's very easy. You go to CLI template, it takes you over here. You select the model that you're creating a profile for. So let's say it's a 8000. Let me go to 8000, right? And then you name your template, and then you get over here. This is where you select your device. Okay, and we're not going to do this because I already done that. It will capture the whole configuration, and then you can get in there and then make changes in the 4 feature, right? You can create variables, and then within this hold on one sec, create variables name, please highlight text. So let's see, hold on 1 second. We can get over here, for example. Let me show you. I'm gonna highlight this text, and then I'm gonna say create variable. There we go. And then here open close. You can call it this system IP, right? And then you can create a variable, right? You replace that. Oops, sorry, I already predicted the 2 brackets. That's how you. And then you can replace this value, the system IP, right? You can replace this in the for future. When you create your file, you can replace this variable with actual system IP, system ID. Like for example, this will be a variable, this will be a variable, right? Your VBUN will be a IP address, will be a variable. There are certain things that are, like for example, your username and password will be variables. There are certain things that you want to make like as in global variables, right? Okay, but we're not going to do that because I already created something, right? So I'm going to cancel out of this. But anyways, intent is, that just means, because you got device configuration, you got intent. When I do intent, I can drop a configuration that belongs to a different let's say edge, like so it could be a V edge, right? The configuration between one of the Viptela devices, the configuration syntax is completely different from the iOS XE, right? Because we had to convert it, and it still has a combination of iOS XE command syntax, and then it does have the new SDWAN, so-called, I mean, it's called SDWAN running configuration, right? So the nice thing about this intent is it will grab a configuration from a V edge, it will translate it into a C edge configuration automatically, which is awesome, right? Okay, let me go back to device template because we don't want to create this template, right? And then I believe the reason why I could not get into my V edge maybe could be, let me see, view. I've attached it to the feature templates that we've created in the past, I think in the past video, but let me check if I can SSH terminal from here and see why I couldn't access this device, right? Well, I think I know why I can't, because I already attached it. It's controlled by the vmanage, maybe. But let's see if maybe I've changed the password by accident. Yeah. So what we'll do is we're gonna programmatically fix this. Give me a second, because obviously I don't want to wipe this node and I want to be able to make configuration changes. So let me see, let me go to feature templates and find my AAA templates. AAA templates, vEdge AAA configuration. That might be this one. Let me see what I've done that may have broken my access to. So what is this? Authentication is local TACACS. Let me uncheck this first. Okay, let's make it local. There shouldn't be any authorization. Local. Oof, this definitely would do it. Alright, Cisco 123, right? We'll save that change. Perfect. And then that's it. Let's go back to feature templates. Or you know what I should do? Hold on. Local. TACACS, where is my local? Local. I want to maybe do this and see if I could. No, I can't. Let me read write. That's fine. Let's go back to the device template and we're going to push this again. So this will be attach device. I don't want to attach anything new. Let me see if I can push this. Let me detach device. or maybe already in sync. Maybe when I made the change, you did change it. Let's try it again. Let me try again. Possibly you may have already account locked. Really? Yeah, so let's see if I can detach device. Let's detach it, and then we're going to reattach it. Detach. It's entirely my fault. I've probably put the wrong configuration onto it. While it's detaching it, what we could do is we could go back under template and then picture templates, go back to the AAA configuration, see if that took where is it? My AAA template, VH template. There it is, AAA configuration template. We're gonna edit that and see if let me see quickly. It's generally a bit slow because again we're dealing with authentication fell back, but that's not what I wanted. Let me uncheck this. He never changed the password. I don't know why. Hold on. And also, I couldn't see the button that. Let me see what is going on. Why can't I modify this template? Maybe because something is attached to it. That is interesting. Let me see. Let's go back to device template and see if it's been detached successfully. Yes, it's been detached successfully. Feature template. Oh, I know why. Let me go back here. We're gonna edit this template. I think it's being in use, so it's not modifiable. So what I could do is I could go under here and say factory 1 and then okay. Let me refresh this page. What is going on? Should have the ability to modify this. Okay. Let me go back here. I really want to go to factory default. And where's my save? Doesn't make sense. Oh. Give me 1 second. There we go. Let me move this over here. I'm gonna cancel out of this. I think I just couldn't see that the bottom window. Oh no, let me see. Let's quickly add this back in. Change this configuration. Edit. Okay. So the authentication order is fine. We're doing local, then TACACS as a fallback, right? And then we'll modify this real quick. Cisco 123. Let me do that again. Cisco 123. Okay. Save changes, and then update. Perfect. And then we're gonna reattach it. I guess I didn't have to reattach it. I just didn't see how to. I mean, the update button was hidden, so that may have made it a bit. So I'm gonna attach this guy back. Okay, attach. Obviously, we're gonna go through the whole process again of adding the information and right, edit device template. No, I guess it's already here, which is good. Okay, so we're gonna go next. Select it. We could do a rollback, but I'm not. I really want to modify the configuration so we're able to modify the local admin account. But this is a good example in case somebody locks themselves out, right? You don't no longer have local. You can do everything from here, which is awesome, right? The vManage will always be able to authenticate. That will be your method of getting back into the device, because you can always configure the device via vManage, because the certificate trust has been established already through the bond, right? So successfully authenticate through the bond. Unless you change the IP information, you really have a way back. You always have a way back into the device, which is awesome, right? Let's refresh. While this is happening, I wanted to show you guys the next step, because we did discuss this last week. How do we add a quad 0 to the enterprise, right? So what I've done is I've added a firewall. Okay, this is a Firepower Thread Defense Firewall, and its management is 6.170. Like everybody else, it falls in the same management. The only thing you're not seeing is the 2 extra link. So I'll show you guys those links, because in CML you have the ability to hide the link, and I did hide them because, as you can tell, I had to run this Firepower 2 directly to the internet. This is where he grabs his quad 0, and I do have it connected to my external. I'm bridging it into my local network through this external connector. Okay, so we're gonna hide it. Okay, but there is a Firepower added to this lab. Okay, and it's connected to the core edge, and I'll show you guys the configuration. Let me hide this link real quick. Let's go back to the core edge. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, no, I don't want to commit. Okay, so all right, let me make this bigger. So I've added a 4th link, right? And it's using VLAN tags, right? VPN 10 and VPN 20. Let me show you the configuration real quick. 4.10 is in VPN 10, right? VRF forwarding 10. And then 20 in VRF forwarding 20, right? That's user and that's VoIP. Okay. And then these links are connected to this link right here is connected to the Firepower. All right, it's connected to the Firepower on interface 00. All right, so, and I do have a route within each VRF. This quad 0 is being advertised back to through the the policer, the policy node, formerly called the vSmart. It's being advertised back to all the VPN users, VPN 10 users. That will be to site 200 and site 300, and I'll show you guys in a second. And then you have VPN 20 being advertised also to the VoIP VLAN. Now if you do show SD-WAN OMP peers, you have an OMP peer with the vManage. You are receiving 8 routes, right? You've installed 8 and you're advertising 6. Okay, let's see those routes. Show IP route. No, let's do show SD-WAN OMP. Let me see if I can see details. Routes, perfect. All right, and then you have a set of routes, and here, right, this is the okay, so let me see resolved. So right here, and I was looking at this, if you in case right here, it gives you the But anyways, so I'm advertising this, right? It's sourced from me, right? This is me, right? 111.13. That's my system IP. Okay, on C Edge 400, site 400. That's my system IP. I'm advertising. I'm receiving this route from site 300. 300. I'm advertising this route. This is gonna be my my LAN connection to the firewall on user VLAN, right? This is going to the VPN 10 security zone on the Firepower, and I'll show it to you guys soon. And then obviously I'm advertising another route sourced by me, a quad 0 to the rest of the enterprise, or the SD-WAN enterprise. So let's go back to VH1 OMP routes, right? And then what I'll do is say, hey, what am I learning, right? So I'm learning this quad 0 from the policy node, or formerly known as the vSmart, and then I can tell it's originated from that 13, which is site 400. That's the C edge. And then you have TLOC types. Obviously it gives you the TLOC information, the site ID, right? And then I have another route learned from C edge site 400, and then I have TLOC information, and it tells me which site it's learned from. Okay, and then it does tell you also if and I'm not doing any running manipulation, so you will see this information change if I was, right? Okay, how did this happen? Hold on. So from the MPLS router, I've modified BGP, and I'll show you guys that. So looking at the BGP configuration, I've added no, I'm not doing BGP with the C edge. No, I'm not. Let me see. Let me go back on the C edge and see my routes. Okay, I am learning a BGP route, but from whom? Interesting. Why is it not? Let me see. Hold on one second. So I am learning a BGP route from 172.205.1, and I am learning another BGP route that will be the 172.100.2.0. Let me see my BGP configuration. I have a peering. Oh no, what am I doing? I have a peering with 5.1. Let me see the MPLS. And yeah, so sorry. So this network, I have a peer between the MPLS router and the Core Edge 400. Okay, and I'm advertising him this network statement, and I think I'm redistributing BGP into ERGRP also. Let me look at this. I may be. Let me see under topology, redistribute. So I am redistributing BGP within EIGRP. Yep, with these metrics. Okay. And then from the iNet, which is the internet router, let me show you guys, has a direct connection to the Firepower. Okay, and this is on 3. Okay, let me see, and I have a BGP configuration, a BGP peer configured between the Firepower and the internet. So this is it, remote AS 2000, and I'll show it to you guys now. And then I'm advertising routing information over to the Firepower to include a quad 0, I believe, or somebody is originating a quad 0. Let me see. Yeah, so the customer edge is originating the quad 0. let me go back up and I'll show it to you guys again here. Okay, to the rest of VPN 10 and VPN 20. This is one way to do it, right? You could also create a service, right? You could do a service VPN where you could force traffic over to the Firepower, but that would be like, I will do a video on this where we have two users, right? Or let's say a special system that lives in, well, that wouldn't be best practice, but let's say two user between VPN 10, right? And you do not want those users to go anywhere else, being able to, okay, two different sites. What about this? Let's say you have two different sites, and then traffic and those two different sites, right? They have the same VPN information. Okay, that means technically without a firewall, they should be able to communicate, right? Now we would like to create a policy between those two sites. Okay, regardless which VPN exist on both, it's similar or not, we want to create some sort of policies, right? We can force the traffic over its VPN service, right? It would be Firepower, let's say this Firepower, and then we can say, hey, in order to talk to this device from this site X to site Y, other device, same VPN, you go through the firewall. We could do something like that, and we'll do a video to demonstrate that. But anyways, let's get back to the, this is the Firepower. It's called, this is the FDM, right? Let me get in there. Okay, let's go back here. I think this was a success. Let me see if I can now log on to the VEdge headquarters. Before I couldn't, but let's see if this, okay, I'm in it, right? So basically what we've done is we've pushed the new configuration to VEdge headquarters, which is site 300, and then it was successful. Okay, now let me see, templates, device templates. We were able to modify the local credentials, and now we have access to the box, which is awesome, right? All right, so let's go back to the Firepower, and I'll show you guys real quick. Now, under interface, let's look at the interface configuration. We have a inside zone and an outside zone. So as you can imagine, inside zone is tagged 10, and you have two interfaces, 10 and 20, right? And then outside zone, you have no tagging. It's a 01 connected to 03 on the iNet. Okay, so let me show you guys this real quick. Show links, G03, right? So connectivity here, if you see on this panel, from the Firepower, well, I didn't even need to show you guys real quick. Let's hide links. So from 01 to 03. Okay, 03 will be on iNet, 01 will be on the Firepower. Let's go back. All right, so the interface obviously has been configured as a /30. Okay, the internet router is 100.1, and the Firepower, the firewall is 100.2. Okay, same thing. Third octet is 100 for outside. Internal is for VPN 10 is 160.168.1.2, and for 20 is 160.168.2.2. Okay. Obviously, there were policy created to allow bidirectional. Let me make this smaller. Bidirectional communication between VPN 10 and the outside world, and VPN 20 and the outside world. Okay, now this rule right here, as you can tell, what I'm doing is I'm denying, right, any traffic from VPN 10 and VPN 20 to VPN 10 and VPN 20 through the firewall. That makes any sense, right? This traffic would never be going to the firewall anyways. Anybody going from user VPN to user VPN as a destination, it's never going to see this traffic, because the traffic will be handled by the egress node or the upstream down south node, which is the C edge. So C edge would do the routing. Where it is, yeah, the C edge, site 400 C edge will do the routing between a user attached to site 400 to a remote site, which is site 200 or 300. You will never see, the firewall will never see that traffic. The firewall will see the traffic if C-Edge does not know how to reroute it, right? If C-Edge doesn't have a destination for where a user 10 is going at site 200, obviously you will send traffic to Quad 0, Quad 0 makes it over to CS, CS forwards that traffic to the firewall. Oh, I hope that makes sense, right? And then I'm allowing traceroute, obviously. Traceroute, you have to allow the ICMP reachability test, and you have to allow UDP port 64. 64, I think it's 34, 435. I'll show you guys that right now, but let's go over this. I'll show you what port it needs. I had to look up documentation to figure out. Let me see if I can find that. No, I can't from here. We're gonna have to go under object and find it and see what it is. And then finally, we've done, let me make this bigger. I think there's a way to make this column bigger, maybe. Hold on. Let's edit it. Finally, we've done user to the outside permit any, and VoIP to the outside permit any. Again, this can be locked down further, right? You could, let's say, do identity policy. We'll do a video separate for Firepower to maybe demonstrate this. Intrusion policy, obviously, it's I'm not licensed, so I can't use it, but it's pretty straightforward, right? You can customize a policy that has next generation features. You can upload a file policy that has maybe like it says right here, to detect malicious software or malware. You can also use file policies to perform file control, which allows control over all files of a specific type, regardless of whether the file contains malware, right? And you have your login. Okay, I didn't set up a syslog because we're not using a syslog in this lab. Perfect. All right. So going over this again, you're denying any communication between user VPN to VoIP. You're allowing all trace route. That would include from user to the outside, or because you're denying here, so you'll catch everybody else, right? And then you're allowing VPN 10 to VPN 20 outside. Okay, communication. All right. Routing configuration. Let me show you real quick. How was that done? It's a template format. I think Firepower has done this first. Let's go over here. So we have some static routes, okay, that were written. I like how this is done because you can create objects, and then within objects you can add multiple networks, right? For simplicity, like for example, user site 200, interface 10, right? That will be your user VPN. You're saying that, hey, I can go to network 172.16.1.0 and 172.1.00/16. Okay, this is towards that 1.1. Okay, and then you have multiple routes. Now BGP is where I've set up it's called SD-WAN, right? This is the template. This is what I was talking about. I'm redistributing, right? So my autonomous system is 2000. Obviously I'm doing address family IPv4. I have not set up an IPv6. We'll do that eventually. And then I kept the distance, the metrics the same for internal and external. I'm advertising my connected network. I set up my peer to the iNet is remote AS100. I set up my peering configuration, right? This is an object, right? And then I've set up my I've activated it, right? Because it's turned off by default, so you have to activate your exchange or this peer, right? And then I'm redistributing static routes. Okay, I'm redistributing also connected. I didn't have to because I'm doing this already, right? And then I set up a router ID, so it uses a template format. What else? Okay, now because I've configured policies and I have proper routing, now I can, from the internal node, I can do a ping from, let's say, VPN 20 to the vManage, right? I can ping the vBond. No, that was the gateway, sorry. I can ping the vBond. I can ping the vManage. Let's see if that works. Ooh. Could it be that ICMP is not enabled on the vManage? We'll check that. But I can ping the vBond, which shows that I'm able to get to this network. I can ping the vSmart. I can ping the DNS. I can ping the certificate authority. Oops, I punched that wrong. Let's do this again. Oops, hold on. Okay, let's remove the 3. There we go. Now, why can't I ping the vManage? Let's go back to the vManage and see. It could be that I have to enable ICMP. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't be able to ping the vManage anyway, or the manage. Cisco. They call it Cisco Catalyst Manage now, I think. Show run system. Maybe. No, it's VPN 0. Oops. VPN 0, I believe. Okay. I mean, I'm allowing it. Let me see if I can ping VPN 0, right? Let's ping 172.1.0.1 maybe. See if that works. Yeah, I can. I just can't ping the other way around, right? That's interesting. Let me see. Show int tab. Yep, that's correct. Did I enter this wrong? Maybe I did. I don't know. This is correct. That's interesting. Well, we can troubleshoot this another time. I don't want to spend too much time. But anyways, through the Firepower, right, the firewall installed on Site 400, I'm able to bridge 2 networks, VPN 10 and VPN 20. Okay. Please, if you have any question, drop them in the comment and I can reply. Thank you very much for watching this video and have a great day.